I'm Craig Grant and this is Cobweb Maths, and today I'm going to talk about managing money. Right, this is about managing money effectively. First of all, we need to look at spending. Now, spending is made up of fixed and variable costs, savings and debt costs. Better put an S on costs there. Let's get it right. Righto, now let's go over fixed costs first. First of all, you've got the cost of housing, which could be rent if you don't own a place, or home ownership. And if you own a home, you've got rates to pay, you've got insurance, you may have debt in the form of a mortgage, and you'll certainly have some maintenance. Now, if you own a car, you have to cost you to just own a car without using it. And that costs somewhere between 20 cents and $1.20 per hour. Could be even more than $1.20. Then you've got insurance costs, if you've got other insurance, than house insurance. You've also got debt costs over here. And if you don't have debt costs, you are very, very lucky, and all you'll have to do is save and spend money on your fixed and variable costs. Alright, now the fourth one is the debt costs other than the mortgage costs, which we've covered up here in housing. You've got credit card debt, which is really dangerous. You don't want to go there. I'll do a video on that further down the track. And you've got hire purchase and you've got personal loans. Now, everything else is variable costs. Now, we need a plan, a budget plan. Here it is there. By the way, that looks a bit like an eye. We'll put in it, make that an L. That's a plan. Right. First of all, first step, list your fixed costs for the year. Once you've done that, you add them up and divide by 52, and that gives you your average fixed costs per week. Step 2, you list your expected income streams for the year. So add up all you're expected to earn for the year and divide that by 52 to get your income per week. Now the third step, you find out your variable costs per week. And what you do is you take income, no N there. The income per week, and you subtract your fixed costs per week. That's what you can spend on everything else, but you shouldn't. Why shouldn't you? Well, things happen unexpectedly, and if you don't have money, you may have to get into debt. Now, you don't want to get into extra debt, because extra debt's going to cost. It's another skeleton. Debt is a killer. You want to get rid of all your debt if possible. Savings will save you from extra debt. Right? So what you do for step 4 is you take your variable cost per week and you save and you subtract your savings per week. And that's when you get what you should really spend per week. Now, we better go to step 5. Final step. Here we go. Now, you've got this money left over and you can have a look at it and decide to create special accounts for what you wish for. You could wish for a holiday, a car, or to buy a house, or so on. Then, once you've done that, created your special accounts, you activate the budget plan. Now, feedback is the breakfast of champions. You need to know where you are financially, day to day, week to week, year to year, right? So what you do is you get a budgeting exercise book, and get any old exercise book will do. You use a page for every week, and you start with what your real variable cost is, and you put this at the top of the page. And that's after you've subtracted the money going into the special accounts. Right? You enter all your spending items line by line. Right? So you get receipts for everything. The person who's doing the budget gets all the receipts and works them through. What you do, as you get an item of spending, you subtract it from the variable cost at the top of the page, and you'll get a running cost. And you just keep subtracting your spending, and you'll watch the amount you can spend go down, so that there's a limit on your spending. Limit your spending. Now, any surplus at the end of the week can be put in savings if you want. All right. Now, what I've told you is what we do. I talked to my wife and I explained how if we killed our mortgage, we would have a lot of money to spend. And I did a spreadsheet and everything, and she agreed, and we were both working at the time, and so we put all her money into the mortgage. It was short-term pain for a long-term gain, and after we got rid of the mortgage, we had money. We had lots of money to spend. I said about using special accounts. Now, we have a caravan and another car to tow it, and we have lots of holidays. We've built onto the house, and we're living in the extensions, and we have one of our children and his family living in the original house because they were in the rent trap. They could not save to buy a house because the rent was taking their money. So we don't charge them rent, but when we go away, they look after the house and the section and everything, so that's all good, and they reckon they'll say, "Oh, look after us in our old age." Now, my wife manages the accounts as if we were a business. So the person who manages the accounts needs to treat the family accounts as a business.